from last 2 years I'm there in this teaching field and making the prepare for like especially for food technology examination. And what I have realized is I'm going to tell you, and there are people who has committed the similar mistakes that we advise not to do, and they have got what it is called negative or disqualify for the examination and all those, right? So don't do that. Okay, so first thing is like how Shruti was telling, negative. Okay, there are 100 questions are there. Okay, 100 marks are also there, right? Take it in 2 or 3 rounds. First round, you might be sure of 60 to 70% or 50%. You'll be very good at. Okay, 60% question were 100% sure if we have practiced enough number of questions or enough number of tests that we have provided to you. That is one thing. So 60% is done. First round, go and attempt like, okay, 60% is done. 60, 20, 20. This is how we can divide. So 60% you will be, if you have a good study background and you have thoroughly studied for the couple of months, that will be 5 months, 6 months, or a year, you have 60% very confidently you can have. Okay, fine. Now go to next 20%. That would be, you will be surely about two options, 60 to 40 percent or 70% you will be sure about. So take that chances. Okay, 70 to 80% if you're sure, that do 20%. Now comes the another 20 marks that you might have a 50-50 or you don't know. Leave those questions. If you are 60 or 70% about any question, take mark with the option that you feel, okay, this is the thing that I feel like I'm good at. Okay, I feel like, okay, this is maybe right. 70% options, take chances in that question only. Okay, otherwise don't take any chance. See, many of you have done 15, 20, 30 negatives in the paper that we have given as a full length paper. Okay, I'll tell you, if someone is doing 30 negatives or even 15 negatives and more than 10, they should realize that they are not going to into the this safety area. Okay, they're not going to qualify. I can write somewhere. Okay, so if we have to this year, the last year also I told you same thing, and people has done the same mistakes. Okay, Shruti was one of the example, right? She was telling about how she has realized that negative marks how affected her badly. Okay, I'll tell you, everyone whoever is listening this meeting, you have to do this thing very, very, intuitively, right? You have to see this the 60, 20, 20, or you can, let's say you can go 50, 25, 25, whatever you feel like. It is totally up to you. Last year cutoff was 68 was the highest marks that what we have got for Kajal Saho, and 54 because in OBC I'm telling, not about I don't know about the category, other categories. It was 55 or 56 around. It was the cutoff marks. I have told many of the students, if someone is asking me personally, sir, what should be the cutoff? I used to tell 75. I wanted you to prepare for 75, minimum 75. Everyone whoever asked me, I told you, this don't look for category. Aim for 75 without committing any negatives. If people would be listening me, I have told 75 because I'm keeping in my mind. See how our mind realizes, how our mind thinks like, okay, if see how it happens now. If you're going to search, there's a quote of this is a video of one of the famous YouTuber or LinkedIn guy. If you're going to search on YouTube that how coffee is bad for health, there will be thousands of articles they can show you how coffee is bad for health. If you're going to search on how coffee is good for health, there are thousands of articles who can show you coffee is good for health. So this is something how we are making our mind. Okay, you got it? So if you're making mind, okay, I need 75 marks. My mind is going to work like that. Okay, I have to, because see, nobody can go for 100 marks, of course. But in my mind, somewhere I have assumed that I have to go 75. I have to get 75 marks. I will be working on that 75 marks. Okay, 75 should be in your mind somewhere, 75, 75. So if you're targeting 75, you will have to reduce your negative marks. This should be there in your marks. Okay, this is done. So I believe this is the first point. It should be in your checklist. No negative. A bigger words. No negative. This should be summary in your mind. No negatives. That's all. Okay. That is the first point. The second point is I won't advise you to study now onwards. Okay. Only what you have to do is you have to go to the papers just roughly, not take it light. Everything is fine. Keep your books aside, keep your notes aside. Go thoroughly, just put paper. Okay, this was the question. Okay, fine. No, this was a little bit mistake that I commit. Okay, fine. This is the formula that I thought like. So hold it tomorrow. You just have to be lightly. You have to take the formula. You have to grasp the formulas. Nothing else. Just thorough, just lightly. Tomorrow evening, stop everything. But if many of you have to head towards the center, many one of you have to take the the soft copies or hard copies of the this admit card, bottles, pay, and everything. Like, right. We have this year also. We have practice for bubbles. I have already given 15 or 20 days back one the format of bubbling, so that you have. Last year we didn't practice. This year we have already practiced bubbling. Okay, how to bubble. So this 100 minutes will have to. Also, sometimes what happens? So there are people which do these mistakes bubbling. So let's say do everything, and I'll be going to bubble in the last. No, we don't have to do that. Bubbling is something important. You can keep again in the loop, right? Say 50 you did, bubble that. Now 50 is assured. 50 I'm getting, fine. While bubbling, there's another mistake that happens. Let's say question number 5, answer B is right. But generally, we sometimes has happened with my brother in NEET last year. What he did is in couple of questions, 2 to 3 questions, he has tick right on the paper that C, if second was right, but he filled as C. Don't do this. This is the silly mistake that we call. After doing this, we call it silly mistakes to, okay, not to regret, not to blame ourselves, but that is not silly, right? If you have practiced enough and you have taken that consciousness, that kind of whole mental. Okay, another problem that happens with this is your center or concentration. Okay, in the examination, I have already advised to practice on the same time that is to be examination. Okay, let's say if our examination is 10 to 12, we'll have to be very concentrated. Don't drink too much water. Don't drink too much water before the examination. What it makes is you'll be going for urination, and that will lose your mind. And if we are feeling kind of okay, we need to go to washroom, we'll be panicking. We'll stop, and that will make our mind somewhere problem. Okay, so if we're feeling urination, and sometimes another problem that happens in this only is, let's say if I have a very bad fooding and all. Okay, so in Saturday evening, that is tomorrow evening, you don't have to eat so much, like very if you're going somewhere nearby center or something. Many ones of you will be traveling. Don't eat very bloody street and all, like roadways, road food, street foods and all. Don't eat. Okay, eat something very normal food, like let's say go to any restaurant which is very clean. Okay, lot of people has also food poisoning problem. Okay, at the day, because they used to go outside, they don't know which hotel or something is good. But at least try somewhere, you go to any relative house where you can manage yourself better without any getting distracted. Eat eat very healthy food. Okay, that is evening. In morning also, since examination is 10, you'll be waking up nearly 6 or 5. Try to wake up that time. Have little breakfast, light breakfast. Don't too heavy breakfast. What it makes is, we know we are a food technology somewhere. We know the concept of food technology. It makes our mind blood circulation towards the digestion, and it reduces the activity of mind, right? So that's also make a problem. Okay, that is installed. Breakfast is done. Now, taking the documents verification. I mean, everything is. This is not generally happens because we are mature. It happens with the students of 10th, 12th, these people. But sometimes it may happens to us also. So before that, tomorrow morning also, you make your whole kind of paper, like we used to keep our files as a document. Keep your all the documents. Shruti, just one question. Did they ask for any photo verification, Aadhaar card or something, or only admit card was enough?
No, no, Aadhaar card or PAN card, you should it should be with you.
Right. So also on admit card, they already would have mentioned everything. Okay, already would have mentioned everything. They say what are the things that you have to take. So you have to keep following line by line everything. Okay, just make sure everything. Okay, no breakfast is done. We are not going to have a lot of water. Everything is done. Now, while sitting in the examination, don't get panic. Okay, panic how it comes. will be started getting this, longer this what we call breathe, right? Breathing. See, we know uh, keeping calm ourselves. How it happens? You can keep calm yourself by taking a deep breath slowly. Okay, just take. Another thing that what I did with my examination last year, last year when I applied for GATE and all, I sort of black, so dark chocolate. Okay, so dark chocolate helped me because somehow I couldn't sleep the last night. Last night was it's a Sunday was the examination, and Saturday I had to go to the center, and that was a very different place, and I took a hotel, and I couldn't sleep whole night. Somewhere 1 hour of sleep, and after that 11:30 I woke up. It will also happen with some of the people who you won't be able to sleep. In that case, also you don't have to make a panic. If you try yourself making sleep earlier somewhere, you have high food, I mean heavy food, let's say it's rice or something that make you feel sleepy. Sleep how many hours, 4, 5, 6 hours as you can sleep without make your phone not keeping any alarm or something. Make at 5 or 6, okay, so that you can have a bunch of that good sleep. It is called not deep sleep, 4 or 5 or 6 hours. This is going to help you. See, let's say 5, 6 months or a year, we have continuously prepared for one day for 100 minutes, right? And if you're making mistake, a little mistake, and because of that, if it is going to, lose the marks or something, this will make you pain, right? So don't do that, okay? So now these things are done, documents are done. We have already talked about how to reduce the negative, how to have to choose what elimination of marks. Okay, now let's talk the second part that now if let's say you assume that I'm sitting in the examination hall, fine. I saw the paper and I find that, oh, I'm not getting anything. This is something out of context. There are two psychological reasons for that. What happens in the first case is even if you know the run, the morning, everything, the incident that has happened, that is irregular. Generally, we don't go every to that replace ourselves to the different place and we are giving the paper and all, nothing, right? So what happens psychologically it is, oh, and for a couple of minutes in the beginning, we feel, oh, I'm not able to get anything. But relax. I heard last year it happened with a couple of people. Relax. Within 5, 10 years, whatever you feel like, okay, this one, at least there are 10 subjects. I'm able to get, okay, five, one thing. This is something okay. With the passage of time, as much as you are getting into that, within 20, 30 minutes, you will start remembering the question that you already feeling, okay, this one I'm feeling confusion. Don't get panic in beginning, okay? I've told you already, keep them round. Whatever you feel like, okay, I am not exactly for a second, let's say on 10, 20, 10, 10, I'm not able to recall this. Okay, leave that. There will be 50 to 60 questions which will be easier that you already know. You have already cracked that. You have already practiced that. You have gone through the syllabus. Okay. So do attempt that first. Okay. If we are having a 60 marks in our hand, we'll be confident. No, I have a little chance. I have made my 50% of what I need to achieve. Now 20 marks, I'll have to go through that very with accurate. The last that there are 140 minutes we are having. So last 20 to 30 minutes have to be very conscious, I mean, over conscious. We have to, okay, every question I have to keep, okay. Now, among 40 questions that I have left for the last 40 minutes, I'll have to very, thinkful, okay, thoughtful. We should also know that how to leave the questions. We should not do 100. If I have 100 questions, I'll be marking on 100. Every question I'll have to mark. We should also know that which questions to leave. If we have already left 20 questions or 15 questions or 10 questions, we are fighting for 90 questions, right? We don't have to attempt 100 questions out of 100 minutes. No, we have to attempt 80 or 85 questions or 90 questions that we have chosen out of 100 minutes, right? So we have left to the 10 minutes. And that 10 minutes, we can go for general aptitude. Sometimes question may take little longer than what it is expected. In math also, it can take a little bit expected. Okay. So that's what it can happen. Okay. So you also remember about those points also. So if I go about this examination subject by subject, so food engineering is something, it will come very logical question. If you're a little bit concept of logics, how general operation impact. Last year question they asked that what is the to the crusher or this roller, what is that principle that works. Or in maths also they have asked very easy questions, very easy question that you have studied about this trigonometry, formula based question, quadratic equation they ask every day. If you feel very tough in mathematics, don't attempt all the questions. Okay, 5 to 6 questions you attempt, you feel like, okay, if I'm confident about mathematics is something that you can assure it is correctly, it is correct 100%, or you would make a mistake. So others also have a chance. Let's say in agriculture, either if you remember, okay, fine. If you don't remember, don't take it. But mathematics can be fought. General aptitude can be fought. So this type of questions, you have to be keep approach, because that's why they have given 10 of the subject, right? So you can have a different approach for different exam, different subjects. Okay. Now agriculture is done, food engineering is done, mathematics is done. General awareness also you have to just track. Sometimes we have Slumdog Millionaire. We have seen the movie, right? This is also connection. We used to come through different talks with the friends or newspapers, or somewhere watching the news in YouTube or home. Someone will be able to connect to the general affairs, and already this general affairs or general awareness is something they have already dedicated to the particular subject. This is not about the current affairs. So also connect that the dots. Okay, that is that. Now, microbiology and biotechnology, this food biotechnology subjects are very theoretical. Okay, and if you know, if you know, if you don't know, you don't know, right? Don't take chances with that. Okay, I guess I have talked what should I what I think, like this is important for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow.
So, sir, for the last day, we need to go for the only test revision. That would be better, right? Nothing more
Right.
about the.
No. See, we are having a 10 subjects. So if you're going to give a 1 hour, it is going to 10 hours, whole night is gone. Even though from morning also 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. you're starting tomorrow at 9 p.m. it is going to take. So no need to go for the any kind of notes to take. Just go through the lightly with the formulas. You might have one paper, I sort of tell for the everyone to make a one page of formula sheet or something for your notes. Just go through lightly. Just traveling, okay, go lightly. No, take a proper sleep. If you have to relax, right? If you're not relaxed, you will be feeling the dizzy, and that will make you reduce the if activity, how we are performing the examination. That also depends on how we are, how our few days has been, right? If we are making ourselves tired and feel like, okay, because see, real exam is a real examination. And I used to tell every one of you that you take this exam as the real examination, but most of us don't. We are ultimately we are human beings, right? We don't take that way, right? Yeah, that's what the one problem is. So take very lightly, go with the only formula that you feel, okay, this is something I need to just want to go through. Okay, otherwise relax. This will help you a lot. At least you have to keep your mind fresh for the attempting those questions and recalling, right? We have already made the precious minds also has, right? It also tires, right? It is not something, even engine tires, whatever takes in the you see in this world, everything gets tired. Our laptops also getting shut down, or if you're not putting in the charge. We have to give it a little bit refreshment or refreshing air, or you have to make yourself a little bit fresh air. And that day morning, you take little bit, half an hour or 20-30 minutes, you take deep breathing, calm yourself while after waking up, after getting freshen up, brushing and all. Just keep yourself 10-20 minutes, and then after that, get ready, take bath and all, take all the things you have already packed up, and then go to examination. Or do this meditation thing for half an hour. I mean, just take deep breathing, this anulom bilong pranayam, a little bit 2-3 pranayam. You already know a little bit. Everyone is aware of. This will help you. So don't spend much time on any question. That is one of the advice that I'll give you. Okay. Also, Shruti, I just want to know one more question. They used to give a dribble pad or something, a paper to solve the questions, or we'll have to take or something. They will be giving.
No. On the question paper only, there would be some space, and so on that space, do whatever the rough work.
Okay, so guys, that space is provided in the paper. No, utilize that judiciously. How I read, how it helped me better to utilize it. I made it in the boxes. Let's say if there's a in a paper, I used to crack into 4-5 boxes, and one question it will be anything that is generally required in the maths or general aptitude. I used to make a box on the same paper, and I used to do okay while writing small. That also you can do that practice also. All right. Okay. So good night. Good luck. All the best. Bye bye.